What's up, guys? How's it going? It's Matt here. So I'm coming at you with a quick review. So this actually just came for me in the mail today. It's an update on my EDC to it's my knife that I'm going to be carrying. So here it is, guys. Alright guys, so first I'll apologize. It's going to be kind of a quieter video, but my kids are sleeping at the moment, so I don't exactly want to wake them up at the moment. My wife's actually out of town, so maybe that's besides the point. But so I'm going to do a quick review. So for the last few months, guys, I've been getting ready to update my EDC, my everyday carry knife, because the ones I've been using in the past are starting to wear down. Had them for years and they're starting to show their age. My Gerber, which is usually my normal carry knife, is that blade actually, part of the blade broke. I mean, I use them all the time, guys. I use them literally non-stop all the time. The actual part, the very tip of the blade broke, and I was getting a little loose in the thing. So I'm like, all right, so this blade's done. And then I reverted back to this guy, which has been my carry knife. As you can see, it's actually been a boot knife, a little boot knife. But it's a carry knife that I've had for a while too. My little dragon tooth, or whatever you want to call them, dragon claw. I don't know exactly the name of them. But I've been using this for a while. And it served me pretty well. I mean, it served me pretty well. I used it a lot, especially when I was doing, service work in the basement. It was great for like duct work. You could cut open the duct work and stuff like that because it's just a really good blade. It's also a good utility blade and a defensive blade, which is kind of great. You get the little hook here. I don't remember the exact name of it. Karambit, I don't remember the exact name of it. But it's always served me pretty well. But as you can see, the tip is kind of starting to get curved. I don't know if you can see it better at this angle. The tip is getting a little curvy. And see this? I don't know if you can see it. It's wiggling. So it's getting loose in that, and you can see wear and tear. I've had this for years, so it's starting to wear out. And then, personally, if I could carry a knife, grab my little Voodoo tactical bag here. This is actually my bug out bag, get home bag, whatever you can call it. I keep this in my car, but I brought it up here for the video because you can use it for utility, and obviously you can use it for defense. I actually painted it because actually, when it's out in my hikes and sweats, it usually against my body, and rust can get on the blade. So the actual paint actually helps keep the rust off. And well, I just like painting stuff camouflage. But this is a great bush knife that I've had for a long time. It works great. I've tested it out. It works for a lot of stuff. And I really like it, but I can't exactly carry this in your everyday. And it's not exactly designed as a everyday carry knife. This is, like I said, this is my bush knife. So if shit hits the fan or just out on my hikes or camping, this is what usually comes along with me. But I can't exactly carry that in EDC type of situations. So I revert to something I can carry, so here it is. What do you think of that, guys? So it's a good blade. It's an absolute pretty blade. This is my new MTech United States Marine Corps Reaper. So it's kind of a cool name. It's cool. It's a good blade. It's a cool looking blade. I've been looking at this for months, and I saw the price drop on it, and I jumped on it in a heartbeat. So this knife, guys, this is the USMC version, and obviously you guys know my background. I'm prior United States Marine Corps, so I see the Eagle Open Anchor on it, and I'm just automatically drawn to it. So this is my new carry knife for various reasons. One, it looks cool, which is nice, but mainly because, like I said, I was looking for a utility knife. But I wanted a utility knife that I could also use as a defensive knife or a backup bush knife if last resort something happens, you don't have your bag on you, which I usually do. But something that you can use is kind of an all-around blade. So I'll show you, bring this up to the bush knife, MTech. Alright, so pretty close to the same size. Obviously this blade is a lot more durable, a little bit thicker. I don't know, this one's feeling pretty good. It's pretty heavy duty. So, like I said, I can't exactly carry this on me all the time, but I can carry this on me all the time, and they're pretty much just about the same size. So now compare it next to what I've been carrying. Yeah, you see the difference. So guys, I chose this, you know, one, obviously, like I said, Marine Corps kind of drew me into it, but in general, this is a very well-made heavy-duty blade. It's just a very solid-made heavy-duty blade. I've seen a lot of good reviews on it through the MTech blades. So, you know, and personally, I think it's almost like the ideal blade for what I was actually looking for. So it's utility, so you can use it like utility blade, and it's got a slightly forward angle, which means for defensive situation, it's good for slashing. All right, so it has this thing on the back, you know, that's mainly for decoration. It's got their little skull on it. You could probably use this for survival, extra string, but for most part, the only thing I could really see what you'd be using for this, because I have 550 cord, the only thing I really see using for this is unweaving it and either hooking it up to your bracelet or wrapping it around your wrist to hold on in a defensive situation or something like that. But me personally, if I'm in a defensive situation, I'm not going to have time to wrap around that. I'll just pull my gun, you know. But this, I really was drawn to it because of the shape about this. Okay, so if you notice, it's got this little arc and it's really heavy duty on the front with a serrated. I like my knives to have a serrated edge to it because this is dual purpose, which means it makes it a little bit heavier on the top, but this is also very thick and heavy duty, which makes this whole blade overall well balanced. Heavy in the front, so say if I'm doing kindling and I get, you know, grab a stick and I usually start fire, you put it in little shards and then you start to fire little shards of the brick. This would work absolutely fine for it. I got it today and I've been using it already since I had it. First I tested out the blade on my beard and I actually trimmed my beard. You know how it works when you do that and hair comes off. That's how you can tell it's sharp enough. So it came sharp from the factory. It's very solid, it's just absolutely solid. All right, you know, my son, he wanted apple, and so I just tested it out in the apple. I barely even had to put any force to it; just went through the apple like nothing. The shape of it, I mean, if you just put it around it, it's just a great shape for a knife. Just the curve of it, the way how it meets your hand, it's going to be good for just about anything when it comes to utility or defense. So, you know, this would be more of a forward holding. I mean, yeah, you can hold it in a normal situation, you work fine. Like this is how the Marine Corps were taught how to fight with a knife. But like this right here, it's designed perfectly grab and it's good to go. And it's also spring loaded, which is nice. So it's assisted, so you have the little assist button, but it's also spring loaded. So it's spring loaded, assisted, so it goes up pretty quickly and it's solid. I mean, it has no problems locking in place. It locks into place in a heartbeat. You know, and it's, I mean, overall, guys, from what I've, you know, I've only used it for this day, but even with all the reviews I've looked onto it, this is a great go-to utility knife. Yeah, it's big, don't get me wrong, it's about the biggest. When it's like this, it's about the size of a full-size magazine almost. But this compared to this, which one do you think I'd rely on a little bit more if I was out in the brush, right? You know, this one. Like I said, don't get me wrong, there's a time and a place for this, you know, last resort. But I mean, right now it's wobbly, it's, you know, the blade's getting dull. No matter how many times I sharpen it, just seems not to be strong enough anymore. And it's failing, you know. Whereas this is heavy duty, it's very thick and solid. I mean, just take a look at that. It's thick and it's solid, guys. I'll hold it for comparison here. Bush knife and that. So this is a very thick and solid blade. I mean, they're both, compared to like the bush knife, like I said, I like bush knives the way how they feel. They're great for cutting wood. If I can do it with this, then I can guarantee you I can do it with this. I mean, there's no give or anything like that, so I guarantee you this would be fine out in the bush. Fine for defense, fine for utility, and it is concealable. So one thing that I like about it, guys, is if you guys like these blades, you know, if you're like me, you usually carry it with this in your pocket, sticking out of your pocket, just holding on to your pocket. Now, what's great about this is if anyone's had these knives for any period of time, you'll know that this clip will go before the blade goes, right? And it'll bend out and everything like this. This clip is really solid. I mean, it is a heavy duty clip and it's hard to bend, it's hard to move around, so I'm thinking it'll last pretty good. So the box it came in, actually this is the box it came in. So here, it's kind of cool looking box. Notice a few little things here. Officially licensed, that's right. It has the Marine Corps seal. Let's see, upside down there. Yeah, Marine Corps seal, Eagle Globe and Anchor, Department of the Navy, Marine Corps seal. in order to put the Eagle Globe and Anchor on anything and say Marines, like the blade says Marines, you need to get it licensed through the United States Marine Corps, Department of the Navy, United States Marine Corps, and which means they have to approve it, right? So what that means is this $12+ knife, hear that, $12+ knife, is USMC approved and licensed. Alright, and I'm telling you, is feeling it, this is not going to break easily. It is well built, it is heavy, it is solid. I mean, I would have no problem being in the brush with this. I'd be fine with this in the brush. I'd be fine with it in defense. You know, tonight when I was cooking dinner, like I said, my wife's out of town, so I just cooked burgers up for the kids. I just tested on the plastic, opened up the plastic like nothing when I was trying to get to the burgers. I'm like, wow, that's pretty close. So I don't have any paper up here to demonstrate it at the moment. But even the yellow envelope that came in, I just held up the yellow envelope, I just touched it and just sliced it. So this, very good design, very good blade. Alright, so I like it. So tell me what you think, guys. There it is. Ain't that pretty? For all the Marines out there, ain't that pretty? So anyway, guys, if you like this video, like, share, subscribe, tell your friends about me, and remember, it's our responsibility to take care of each other and protect each other. And for the buddies out there, Semper Fi.